Years ago, I taught this nice young man how to shoot traditional archery. And that year he went out, I think he got 2 deer with the traditional gear. And he thanked me. He said he wouldn't have been able to get the deer without my help. So many years went by. He was young at the time. Many years went by, and he just recently contacted me, and he wants to get a fire-hardened hickory bow from me. And he's got a 29.5-inch draw. So we're going to make a nice 70-inch fire-hardened hickory bow for him. Nice, safe design. And it'll be pretty fast. I'll put it on a medium backset jig. And what I'm doing is just trimming it up now. I got it shaped. Okay, I got the design layout trimmed. And then next I'm going to trim the limbs and the riser. Okay, I have it all shaped up. I'm going to trim the limbs and the riser. So, and then after that, it'll be going on a backset jig with a heat gun in preparation for fire hardening. So it's really nice to see that some of the people that I taught, I helped, are still shooting and doing well. So it's going to be a pleasure building this bow. I have a rough profile trimmed out. I'm going to sand it, shape it a little bit more, and get it to floor tiller. Got it shaped up and sanded really nice. We have 1/2-inch tips on both ends. The midpoint of the limb is 1 1/8 inches. 1 1/8 inches on both sides at the midpoint. And then at the fade outs, we have 1 5/8 inches. 1 5/8 inches on each side. 1 5/8 inches. So let's see how the floor tillering is coming along. Pretty good. I'm just going to take off a few more strokes, and then we're going to put it on the backset jig. I have this beautiful bow blank on the backset jig. In order to get it to conform to the jig, I'm going to use the heat gun. And we're going to go from the riser out to the midsection and back until it gets soft, probably around 8 minutes, maybe 10 the most, and to get it to clamp down. Then once we do that, we're going to do the other side over here, the other inner, and then we're going to do the ends and get the ends to clamp. Okay, so that's the process. It removes any moisture, it softens the wood, it don't stress the wood out, and we'll have it conform to the backset jig. Since it's a really nice bow blank, I had the riser clamped nice in the middle. I heated it up 8 minutes into the riser and to the midsection and clamped it. Then I continued down and clamped the ends, another 8 minutes, and then repeated on this side. From the riser to the midsection, 8 minutes with the heat gun, and clamp the other side. So now that I'm done with this, I get to go relax. I'm going to go take out the tractor and cut the lawn. So that's it. Another day, we're going to fire harden this. And once this is fire hardened, we'll be on our way to making a bow. Good morning. Today's September 9th. You can feel the fall in the air. I got up this morning. It's like 6:30. It's 6:45 now. 50 degrees when I woke up. We're going to fire harden this hickory bow today. I'm not going to do the whole fire hardening video with you, but just so you know, once the coals get going, Dad Beckham, Keith Shannon, they have a DVD on fire hardening. It's a great thing to get. Allows you to get whitewoods in your area and make bows within a couple of days. So the correct height is, if you take your palm up, go underneath and go 1, 2. See, that's a little hot. We'll go up one more. If you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's how you judge the distance it should be from the coals. And if you use a thermometer, it won't work as you go. The coal temperature will shoot it up. You can't measure the distance between the coals and the wood because too many things, wind and temperature, affect that every day. So this is the best way. And when the coals are smoking, okay, you got to make sure the wood isn't smoking. I keep a spray bottle nearby. Sometimes if the wood's smoking, you bring it up a little bit. And that's really all you have to know, is just watch it. And you want that color. You want a dark brown color on hickory. And, usually when you till it, you're going to remove some material. If you get a little tiny bit of scorching, it'll come off. But you don't want scorching. You want to go for the browning. I'm just telling you, be careful, watch it, watch the smoke, keep a spray bottle nearby. And I'll show you the bow when it's done, so we don't use up a lot of video. But that was an important part on how you determine. And how long does it take? Well, at the proper height, it usually takes me around 2 hours total time to, and sometimes it depends on the moisture content of the wood. This is a stave that's been in there and dried for a while, so it should take around this should take about 2 hours. But wood that you just cut down that's wet, and like I said in the other video, it's kind of like if you get a damp piece of bread and a dry piece of bread, you put it in a toaster. When it pops, the dry bread will be toasted and the damp bread will be white. So what does that mean? At that point in time, maybe that damp piece of bread will be dry enough to put it down and cook again and get the color you want, okay? Or maybe it'll take a little longer. But that's the analogy. That's how I say you can't tell a time, for a specific wood. You just got to watch it carefully and let it go until it's brown. All right, I'll show you when the bow is done. This hickory bow had a real heavy cook, and I've been hydrating it. Actually had a little smoke coming out of the limb here. This part got cooked a lot, so I am hydrating it like crazy. Let's take a look at it. This is where it got cooked a little bit more than I wanted it to. I got a little distracted. Had people coming over today, and I got a little distracted. But I'm going to hydrate it, and I'll tell you what. As long as we can get this to bend. It's such a long draw length though, but if we can get this to bend, it's going to be an incredible bow. Okay. So next will be tillering. I'm going to keep on hydrating it. Let me show you what I'm doing. Dripping wet rag. See the dripping wet rag? Dripping wet, see? I'm going to keep on hydrating that today, and tomorrow I'm going to try and tiller it. This micro tillering is meant to take off a little at a time early on. When you first bend it, don't go down 1 inch until you get a nice bend on the limbs. And the idea is that it distributes the stress as you're pulling down with the string. You distribute the stress evenly along the limb lines so you don't get hinges, and you're able to pull down to a little longer draw length evenly without stressing any particular part of the bow and having it break. So if we mark from here to here, let's say that there was a belly, you would take 60 grit sandpaper and start right in the middle, and I rub it a few times in the middle first, and then I work my way out a little bit. Okay, and you can put another, check it again, put another pencil mark. Okay, this way with the 60 grit sandpaper, it may be a slower process. It could take you a day or two, but if you use a belt sander and you just go a little too low, you ruin the bow. So take your time. When you first get your bow blank, draw your lines and get it to the thickness you want, whatever it is, 5/8, a ½ inch, whatever it is, you get it to that the best you can. Okay, people taper thicker here to there. You you could do that, but I just make it a 1/2 inch, and as I'm tillering, the bend will dictate where the wood has to come off. Okay, so that's the idea of this micro tillering. Good morning, it's Wednesday, September 10th, and this is a 70-inch fire hardened bow. It's been fire hardened pretty heavy, and I got to try and get this bow to go to 29.5 inches. Okay, for a 29.5 inch draw. So we're going to micro tiller it. Look at the back set we got, 1 inch at a time, and hopefully we'll get it not only to that draw weight, but a 45-pound bow. Don't pay attention to the siding in relationship to the bow because this post moves. And I'm just looking at the back of the bow, the back of the riser, and keeping it in line with the post. I have it down a little past, brought that fire hardened back set down a little past, so we're going to look at the bends. I got the tillering marks at the fade outs and down here at the end. And we're going to look at that nice bend. We're going to have a really nice bend. We got to make sure that this bow has a nice bend because of the draw length. All the way down. This is crazy, but we got a really good bend. Going down. And maybe just a little bit of a flat spot here. Just a hair. Crazy good bend. Check out this side and see how the bend is on this side. You can see the bends are very nice, but we have a flat spot from here to here. And because we're going to go down quite a distance to get to that 29 inches, you can tell already that this is very heavy and a lot of material will have to come off. We have to really finesse this. The longer the draw, the more precise you have to be. Okay, I removed a little bit of material from here, and also it needed a little here. So I removed some material there too. And looking back, we got a little bit of a flat spot right here. Stand back a little, my old tired eyes. Looking good. Coming along. It's back and forth, but hopefully we can get it down to that 29 inches because of the micro tillering. See, we got a really nice bend coming up here. And maybe we'll just take a little bit out of here. Okay, let's see what we got. We got just a little bit of a dip here. From here down to there. We want to get this part here to bend a little more. And from here to here, we got to get this to bend a little more. I'm taking my time and removing material, and there's no rush. I don't care how long it takes me and how many times I have to go back to try to get from the center here a sort of mirror image bend. Okay, we got to go down 29 inches. It's okay to have the end a little narrower, a little stiffer. We got to go down pretty far. We want a nice bend though. We don't want no dips or humps. And from what I see now, it's pretty good. And while I got it here, let's just see what kind of gap we got. Now I have a center marked on this. And the idea of the center mark ish. Once the bend is the most important thing, but this is a reference. I got 5/8 of a bend here. And the other thing that's just a reference, we have a long string, we got numbers on our tillering tree, just so we come down to the same mark every time, and we don't go down 1 inch until we get this bend the way we want it. And looking at its even standing back, it's good. But as we go down 1 inch or 2 more, something may jump out. Let's check over here. And whenever you take off something on one side, it changes the other side. It's just the way it is. We got a 1/2 inch of a bend here, which, like I said, the bend isn't as, the distance isn't as important as the bend is. Now we're going to look. This doesn't look smooth. You see, it don't look smooth. If you look from here to here, it's really not, there's really not a bend. It's a flat spot from here to here. And this is bending great. Okay, so from here to here, a little material off, and then we'll come back. Every time you remove material from one, it can affect the other limb. Still got the 5/8 and a fairly nice bend. Okay, now by removing some material here, we have, you can see the difference. Remove material from here, we have a nicer bend going on. But I think from here to here just needs a little touch up. So I'm going to just touch it up a little bit with a pencil mark and remove the material. Right from here to here. The reason in this video I'm going back so many times and showing you the progression is not to bore you to death. It's to show you the little bit of improvements before we move it down. And we're almost at that point. Well, you'd be surprised how many inches you can move it down. And then things will pop out as you get more of a bend, and you have to correct that too. So let's see what we got here. If you look, we got that nice bend here. Things may pop out later, but we got a nice bend, no dips. I don't know if you remember, we had a flat spot here. Let's see if we took it out. Okay, we got a bend going on here now. We're going to go down 1 more inch. Let's see if we go down 1 more inch, if we see anything jumping out. I still see a little bit now going down 1 inch. There may be a little bit of less of a bend right here. Okay, and we're narrowing it up. Okay, let's see here that we went down 1 inch. If anything else pops out over here. No, we still got this beautiful bend going on. Okay, I'm going to remove that and come back. Still got that big back set. We're going to go down to that inch pass that we have. And now you can see a difference. Now you can see a difference of a nice bend that we got here. It's hard to hold this and show you on the camera, but look, you can see we're getting a nice bend. Let's see what we got over here. We got a nice bend. We're going to go down another inch. Still got this beautiful bend going on. See, that micro tillering pays off, right? Got a beautiful bend. We're going to go down another inch. And now I'm going to check, just for the heck of it, the distance. And this is the top limb. It could be as much as a quarter, but with a long draw length, like 29 inches, it'll be okay. I'm going to have the string on, have a little less, like 1/8. So let's see what we got here. Here, more than an inch. What do we got here? It's about an inch. About an inch, roughly an inch. Let's see what we got here. We got an inch, roughly an inch. Okay, we're going to go down another inch. Let's go down another inch. Beautiful bend. We got a beautiful bend. We're going to go down one more inch. We're going to stand back now. Standing back now, I see just a tiny little bit here, maybe. Just a tiny bit here, from here to here. Just a little bit on the end here. Let me just check one more time. Yeah, tiny bit, minute there. Let's see. Okay, now let's look. It comes out and we start bending from the fade out here, okay? All right, so it looks good. No low spots. Let's check out, compare the fade outs over here. We got a nice bend. This, don't be confused by this or bumps on the back. This had a little bit of a smoky flare up, but it's fine. Fire hardened. So it looks good. We're just going to touch this up. Why? Because. And then we're going to come back, and where we have to be to put a string on it, we really don't have far to go to put a string on it. Okay, and just for a reference point, we're around that 19 mark. Okay, we got a little better bend going on there. It looks good. Like I say, it pays to take your time, and the smallest thing, if it jumps out, correct it. Okay, nice bend. We're going to go down one more inch. And what I'm doing is, as I start to get the bend and get closer to a string, I use 100 grit sandpaper and I round the edges. Use 100, 120, round the edges so it's smooth, so you don't have no lifts or nothing, okay? So we went down one more inch, see if anything jumps out. Stand back a little bit. Still looking good, for my tired old eyes, even my glasses. It's so overcast today, even the glasses don't seem to help that much. Still good. We're going to go down one more inch. Going to flex a little bit. Beautiful, beautiful bend. Look at that, beautiful bend. Okay, we could just about get a string on it. I'm going to look for a string. And normally I would say, if we were going down to 28 or whatever, no problem. But that 29.5, that's always stressful when you go down that far. That you hope at the very end it don't break. Because this is, right now, it's an awesome bow. And I know at 28 it'll be perfect. But to get it to 29.5, we're going to find out. Let me go look for a string. We have a string on it. And it's all even, quarter a positive on the top. And the thing is that whenever you put a string on, it's never even. So what I did was, I put the string on, and the bottom limb was bending more than a quarter, like 3/8 almost more. So I had to remove material from the top, and we got it worked out, and it looks good. And normally, this would be like an awesome bow at 28. But I'm always a little stressed when I got to go down to like 29, 30 inches. So this is 29.5 we're going to go down to. So we're going to put it down quick, check the bends, see if anything pops out, a little at a time. Okay, we're at about an 18-inch draw. And we're going to look at the bend. There's nothing that's bending more than the other, no hinge, no nothing. Same thing over here. We got this nice bend going on, nothing odd. I'm going to just check a little lower. I'm going to exercise it. Do it real quick. Beautiful. Beautiful bend. Okay. We're at 24. I'm going to work it back. I'm going to work it back at my 26.5-inch draw. You can check out the profile. That's about 28. That's about 29. I don't think I got 45 pounds out of it. We'll have to see. We're going to put it on and put the scale on it. We'll see how many pounds we got. We got 48 pounds at 29.5 pounds. At 29.5-inch draw, we got 48 pounds. I'm going to shape the handle and do a little sanding, and we're going to leave it like that and shoot it a little bit. Round on the bottom, pointy on the top. I cut an X for the shelf, and then we're going to take it down. Just to give you an idea, just a little more work, some sanding. Okay, rough sanded. Got an index. Got an index for your hand underneath the shelf. The thumb goes down a little bit. All right, this is rough. I stopped short just to show how I did it, and it needs touching up. Here's your bow, Griffin, all finished. Sanded nice, shelf, cut past, we'll cut to center with the string. It might even hit a little past center, so it's going to hit where you're looking. I guarantee you'll like it. So now I just got to talk to you and see if you want me to stain it. Okay, with a little brown leather dye like my hunting bows and some warm satin polyurethane. Let me pull it back at my short draw length, unlike yours, and so you can see the profile. Okay, I wanted to show you Griffin's bow with dark brown leather dye on it. I took my time sanding it. I think it looks awesome. And later on it's going to have a coat of warm satin polyurethane, actually a couple of coats. But it really came out nice. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Every day that you get up is a great day. Get out, shoot, make a bow. Thanks for watching.